Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking the time to spend a little time with me. Of course, always appreciate that, guys. And what you're looking at here is some updated rosters, and shout outs to those guys, that update rosters in all of these sports games. It definitely, did you see that block? It definitely makes, games, have more replay value, if you will. Definitely good games, games like NBA 2K, that definitely you can all agree that it is one of the best games that we have in terms of, trying to replicate the sport. It has its problems. You guys know that. I've mentioned that, but all of these games do. But anyway, man, let's talk a little bit about Dwayne Wade. He's not really going to do much in this video. I only played 1 quarter, 6 minutes, and I'm not sure how long I will talk. So depending on how long I talk, guys, that will determine, basically what you will see. All right, guys. Now, basically, man, I just want to talk about, do you think the Miami Heat handled the Dwayne Wade situation correctly? Should they have taken care of him? That's the question I have. I want to hear from you guys. I definitely want you to, sound off in the comments and let me know what you think, what your thoughts are, and the reasoning behind it. Now, me personally, I think they should have, man. I mean, he's a 13-year veteran that has been at Miami the whole time. He's won 3 rings for the organization. And I heard a stat earlier today that I didn't even know of, that he's never been the highest paid. I think they said he hasn't been the highest paid player in franchise history, or wasn't never the highest paid player on the team, something like that. But basically what they were saying, I can't remember exactly what it was, but they were basically saying that, he hasn't always made top money for that organization. We all know that he took some cuts. He took some reduced salary or what have you when LeBron came. We all know how that works. And I heard today that there were some arguments by the Miami Heat saying that, it wasn't as one-sided as everybody thinks, that, nobody asked him to do that or what have you. And that might be true. I understand all that. But at the end of the day, I feel like based on his caliber and who he is and what he stands for the organization, I mean, you got to take care of him. I know he's a little older. Yes. Has he had some injuries in the past? Yes. Some nagging injuries that's kept him out of games? Absolutely. Did he have a solid season this past season? Yes, he did. Does he still have a few years left? I believe so. And I feel like at the end of the day, man, with these organizations, when somebody has been that instrumental, to your success and, your fame, so to speak, you got to take care of them. You have to retire that man as a Miami Heat member. You know what I mean? He needs to retire as a member of the Heat and not have ever had to play in another uniform. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how I feel, because like I said, for what all he has done, if you think back, how many players, do we have like that anymore? Of course, you got Kobe Bryant, who was always a Laker. I'm pretty sure even Michael Jordan could have always been a Bull if he wanted to, but he retired and came back and things like that, so his is a little different. But, will we ever see a Kobe Bryant type player again to spend that long or that much time at one organization? And it was clear that Kobe was the face of the Lakers. And everybody, as far as the Laker organization, even fan base, adored Kobe. And that's what I'm hearing about Dwayne Wade. I'm hearing that the Miami community and fans alike adore this guy. I heard somebody say earlier today on SportsCenter that, he's from the Miami area and there's no other revered athlete in the South Beach area like Dwayne Wade. He is the guy. He's basically, his stardom or the love fest for him is even higher than that of a Dan Marino. You know what I mean? So how do you not take care of this guy? Look at what Mark Cuban did, and shout outs to Mark Cuban. I actually met Mark Cuban, man, when I was down at EA. It's a random event, man. We was hanging out downtown, and this guy walks by me and gives me a head nod, gives me a pound. I don't even know. Maybe he thought I was somebody or what have you. I don't know. It was cool. Shout outs to Mark Cuban. I didn't realize Mark Cuban was that big of a guy. He's kind of tall, and he's a big guy, But anyway, yeah, look at Mark Cuban. Obviously he's taking care of Dirk Nowitzki. You know what I mean? Dirk may not be the player that he was before, but come on, man. How is Dirk not going to retire, you know, there at Dallas after all he's done for the Mavericks? You see what I'm saying? And if the man still wants to play, he still has something in the tank, you take care of him. You know, you got it. You know, I know some people can say, oh, it's business and it's a money thing, but come on, man. These organizations, they got the money. You know, do right by guys who've done right by you. That's just how I feel about Dwayne Wade. Now, as far as him going to Chicago, I think, you know, it's simply put, it's one of those situations where he's like, whatever. You know, I'm going to just go to Chicago. I know they're not a contender, but I'm going to go ahead and go play for my home team. Maybe he feels like he wants to get that done before his, you know, his career is over. Not saying that his career is over in the next year or two. I'm just saying, you know, maybe he has another stop that he wants to make, but he wants to make sure that he could say he played for his hometown team. You know, being from the Illinois area, I'm not sure if he's actually from Chicago or not. I can't remember that. I think so. I think he is actually from Chicago. But, you know, being able to say that you played for your hometown or your home state team, maybe he wanted to get that under his resume. And you know, I feel like he knows they're not a contender. So it's more so his disgust with the Miami Heat and saying, whatever, man, I'm going to just go over here and play. You know what I'm saying? I'll go home. And before I stay here. And I know Pat Riley probably has something to do with it as well. You know, we know Pat Riley, you know, is shrewd. He's a shrewd guy. You know, it's a respect thing with him. He didn't like, you know, how him and LeBron is still cool and things like that. And to some degree, I respect that. I can understand and respect Pat Riley's, you know, his pedigree and where he's coming from. But I still feel like, man, a stand-up organization would have taken care of someone who's beloved like a Dwayne Wade. You don't let him walk out the door like that. And I'm sure they weren't too far off in terms of money. You know, I really don't know exactly what happened with the negotiations, and who knows? I don't know the full story. None of us really do, except for DWade and the Miami Heat organization. But as an outsider looking in, I just feel like, you know, they didn't take care of it. And those are just my thoughts. You know, I'm not saying you throw the bank at them, but you find something that's fair. Maybe even pay, slightly overpay, just to show your appreciation for this guy. Let that man retire and end his career as a member of the Miami Heat. That's just my personal opinion. But that's all I got for you today, guys, in this particular video. So definitely leave your thoughts, leave your comments. I really want to hear what you have, you know, what you guys have to say. And like always, you know, it won't hurt you to hit that like button. All right, guys, until next time, let me know what you think. Peace. Once again, guys, thanks for coming by. And if you want to interact with me live, head on over to Sim Standard Radio every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, along with Smitty and Azure Fact. The call-in number for the show is down in the description. Now, of course, for more content, go ahead and click the link above. And before you go, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. All right, guys. Until next time, lights out.